Ladies and gentlemen, live from the rough, it's the Diamond Boy. You are checked into the reigning, defending, undefeated, undisputed music podcast on this godforsaken planet, a little show we call Nobody Ass. Shawn, hosted by no other than me, the aforementioned Diamond Boy, Chicken Money himself, aka I'm not the Diamond Boy, I'm the Diamond Boy. Get your hands off my diamonds, boy. The Thin Black Duke, the Big Ornament, president and treasurer of the Mock Comedy Fan Club, international heartthrob, heir to the Murray's hair pomade fortune, and of course, the first Jamaican in a Kentucky Derby. Give me them air horns. Yo, they really kept this nigga Barry Bonds out the Hall of Fame, son. Cause of steroids. Which is crazy, because like he's easily the most famous baseball player of the last 25 years. Like, there's nobody even close. Okay, maybe the only people who might be close or surpass him would be Derek Jeter, but he's on the Yankees. Yeah, I mean, so you gonna have a little bit more fame because I mean, you know, all them stories of Derek Jeter. Yeah, I mean, like they used to say like Derek Jeter when he slept with a woman, he would like send her home with a gift bag, which is swaggy as fuck. Like, shout out to him if he was really doing that, or even if he wasn't. Like, just for not debunking that myth. You know how I know that's some dope shit? Because I want to fuck Derek Jeter. Because I want to see what's in that gift bag. Yeah, I mean, like, you know you doing some dope shit when niggas want to fuck you too. Yeah, I mean, that's not usually into niggas. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Derek Jeter. But yeah, so Derek Jeter, and then probably A-Rod, but he also did the steroids, and also he's on the Yankees at some point. So yeah, I mean, and I know Hall of Fame don't really mean Hall of Fame, but like that's on y'all for calling it that. If you wanted to name it the Hall of Best Niggas Who Followed the Rules, you should have brought that up in the quarterly board meeting, nigga. That ain't on me. The fuck wrong with these niggas? This nigga Barry Bonds should sue. And yes, I know he's not the only nigga that didn't get into the Hall of Fame. Like, I know Roger Clemens and some other niggas didn't get in, but I don't give a fuck about Roger Clemens because he's not black. Black History Month start next week. Like, get with it, bro. Like, it's our time. Barry Bonds should sue. I think he really got a case. Like, Your Honor, these niggas not more famous than me. Straight up. Like, nigga, my grandmother don't know who Wade Boggs is. Like, I mean, she's also not alive. But when she was, she heard of Barry Bonds. I think I never spoke to her about baseball or any of her interests, really. I was a bad grandson. It's one of my biggest regrets in life. But that's not the point. The point is, all them steroid niggas should be in, honestly. But I only care about the black ones. Specifically, Barry J. Bonds. I don't know if that's his real middle initial. I don't even watch baseball, to be honest. But that's what makes me perfect for this discussion, because I can look at this objectively. I'm not like, oh, the love of the game and the tradition and the sanctity of the... Like, fuck all that shit. Them niggas should be in, especially Barry Bonds. I mean, anyone who knows anything about baseball knows Barry Bonds was a Hall of Famer before he started juicing. Like, that nigga... It's like, that's kind of the sad part about Barry Bonds' career. Is like, yo, you ain't even have to do this, bro. Like, you was good. Like, you was nice. Like, he was on track to be one of the greats already. Like, Barry Bonds was so good that he could have just stopped being good. He could have just quit and had like, he would have never got the home run record and shit. But he would have been like, you'd have been better off than trying to be better. You know what I mean? Like, that's the problem, is that he tried to be so good that he got so good that he got too good. That niggas was like, nah, you ain't stepping foot in this motherfucker. Are you serious? You ain't put on that jacket? You're out of your mind, bro. You was too good. Cause that's really all it is. Like, Barry Bonds was so good that he could have just stopped being good. He could have just quit and had like, he would have never got the home run record and shit. But he would have been like, you'd have been better off than trying to be better. You know what I mean? Like, that's the problem, is that he tried to be so good that he got so good that he got too good. That niggas was like, nah, you ain't stepping foot in this motherfucker. Are you serious? You ain't put on that jacket? You're out of your mind, bro. You was too good. Cause that's really all it is. He was a Hall of Famer before the juice. That's so wild. Like, and then he was like the greatest show on the bases afterwards. Is that a term they use? The greatest show on the bases? I know they say the greatest show on earth for Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. And then they say greatest show on turf was that the Rams and 99 or 2000 or 2001. I don't know. One of them Rams teams was the greatest show on turf, which is a dope ass name. And they got, I guess they have turf in some baseball stadiums, mostly grass though. I feel like they keep it authentic in baseball. I'm off topic. I'm trying to focus on one topic, and that is steroids in sports. I feel like steroids is why niggas watch baseball. Like, yo, without steroids in the 90s, they would be airing baseball on ESPN 8, the Ocho. Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa competing for the single season home run record was the best thing to happen to baseball since Babe Ruth sailed over from the Dominican Republic in 1909. Like, it's like the numbers, like, everybody who did steroids, like Barry Bonds, Jose Canseco, A-Rod, all the motherfuckers should get in just on the strength of what they did for the game, like the numbers they brought in, how many writers, how many baseball writers got paid off of the strength, wrote books and articles and shit and got mad clicks online because of them niggas. Like, just because like what they did for the game, like it didn't ruin the game. Nobody saw that season where Mark McGwire was facing off versus Sammy Sosa and was like this is an embarrassment. Like nobody was sad. Nobody who caught one of them home runs or was there for the game when Mark McGwire broke through. Like nobody was sad about that shit. Niggas loved it. Like that shit was fucking. That's the best thing that ever happened to baseball. I guess I'm a casual. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I want to see home runs. And I know there's strategy to baseball and there's strikeouts are great. And yes, I agree. That's all great. But like motherfuckers want to see home runs, bro. Shohei Ohtani was hitting dingers. You want to see dingers. And you're going to get more dingers when motherfuckers is on steroids. I think steroids are a net positive for sports. Not just baseball. I think steroids are just good. Not only do I think the people who do steroids should be in the Hall of Fame, I think steroids should be legal in sports. Not only legal, they should be encouraged. Not only legal, they should be encouraged. Why would an athlete not do steroids? You know what I mean? Especially if they was legal, which they should be, because like, what do we know about steroids? Or just let's just go with performance-enhancing drugs, because I guess it's not all steroids, but it's performance-enhancing drugs, right? Mainly what people take steroids for, especially like anabolic steroids, is what they do is they allow you to recover from working out faster to help you build muscle faster. You know what I mean? Because you don't gotta you're not gonna be as sore and shit. You know what I mean? You could. That's exactly what every athlete wants. Niggas will recover from injuries faster. Motherfuckers, like the numbers we would be seeing would be just out of this fucking world. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand what's wrong. Like, why would it not be like that? Just makes sense for sports. I don't understand like what's wrong with that shit. That shit don't make no sense to me. There's just many parts of it. It's like one, steroids are horrible for your body. So I feel like we should be honoring these motherfuckers. Like there should be like a moment after the Pledge of Allegiance. There should be a moment where like we fucking pledge our fucking gratitude to the motherfuckers who are destroying their bodies for a game. Niggas are not gonna make it to the age of 60 because they want to hit a baseball harder. That's fucking amazing, nigga. Like they going all out just so we could get up in the middle of the game and go to the stands to get a hot dog while they're out there trying their best and miss the biggest play of the game, and then had to go run out and try to see it on the jumbotron and then pretend and tell our grandkids that we was there for the big moment, but we actually missed it because niggas just had to get a nasty ass stadium glizzy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's a beautiful thing. I genuinely think it should be honored. On top of that, I don't think it's cheating. I don't think steroids is cheating. Like if the idea is to perform at your best, and the thing that you're doing is just trying to make your body as good as possible for the sport, how is that cheating? That's exactly what this is. You should be doing as an athlete. That's what you'd want from any, like, because think about it. Any other fucking industry or sector or job or business or whatever, that's exactly what anyone would want. Like if Adele could take a fucking elixir that would make it so that she never lost her voice or her voice would never crack, right? Why would she not want to take that? And why would niggas be like, yo, you like, you, the sanctity of singing is like, nigga, like, Whitney Houston didn't have to take. Well, yeah, but I'm sure she would have if they had it available, nigga. They didn't have the technology, dog. Nigga, Whitney would have been like, pull up, nigga. Like, we get back out there, bruh. The show must go on. I want to dance with somebody. I want to feel the heat with somebody. Why is it sports where we have that, like, this like sanctimoniousness, you know what I'm saying? Because like I can't think of a single job where if there was something that someone could take that allowed them to do their job better, other than like something like an evil job. I mean, like, I don't understand why who would be against that. You know what my biggest hope in the world is right now? That the nigga who invented Wordle doesn't get milkshake ducked. I don't know if you know what a milkshake ducked is, but this is the tweet that explains it. But yeah, like Wordle, I think it's just like the purest thing. I think it's such a perfect game, right? Because it's a game that makes you feel smart, but has nothing to do with intelligence. And it's just simple. And I think it's great that there's not like an archive of Wordles where you could play like yesterday's or like, you know what I mean? You could play as many as you want, because it would be great that you could do that. But I like the inconvenience of it. Like, I think the world is too convenient. We got access to shit too readily. And it's like, it's just better when it's just like, you know what? Like, this is just how it is. Some shit we just gotta let it be. Like, just like, it's something to look forward to, right? I don't want to fucking just like overload myself with the shit. And two, I just think it's just like, you know, it's just nice to like, to have to be patient to have to accept the limitations of the world. You know what I mean? Like, everything not gonna just be like served up to you, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's totally fine. Now, with that being said, does that mean I don't harbor ill will in my heart to the nigga who invented Wordle, that he doesn't have an archive of past Wordles? No, I hate that motherfucker. Why the fuck would you give me what I want? That's what the people want. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, like, who you think you are just gonna tell me I can only have one Wordle a day, nigga? Fuck out of here. But nah, honestly, I think it's great. It's the best game. I just like, it's just so simple. Cause like, niggas be thinking they smart, but it's like, it's not a game about being smart. It's just like game of guessing. Cause like, the thing with Wordle is, it's really about the word, the first word you guess, right? And if the word you guess is very close to the actual word, like, then you're gonna get it. That don't make you make you smart. That just make you, you know what I mean, like, lucky. Obviously, people have formulated the best possible words to use as your opening word. It's gonna give you the best chance of getting the most like, we're using like the most common letters used, but it's like, that's corny. I don't want to solve the game. I want to solve the puzzle. I don't want to like beat the game at its. I mean, I just want to like. So sometimes I just throw out a random ass 5-letter word and just try to work my way back from there. It's more challenging that way. It's like because like your Wordle score. I mean, like, you don't get like. As far as I know, I've never gotten in 1 in 6 or 2 in 6. So it's not like the niggas who get 2 out of 6 gets like fucking put into some secret club. Maybe there is a secret club, and I just haven't been part of it because I haven't gotten it yet. But it's just nice. It feels good though. You know what I'm saying, to just get that shit. So shout out to Wordle. I hope that nigga's a good person. I hope there's nothing sinister about Wordle. I mean, like, other than the fact that it's probably stealing all our data and selling it to companies, which I don't think is, which I think is totally fine. Like, I don't think it's a good thing, but like, that's happening everywhere else on the internet, so I wouldn't hold that against the nigga who's doing that on Wordle. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what's happening. Is it kind of a fucked up thing that we just accept that that's happening every time we log onto the internet? Yeah, but it's happening though. So before we get into Nobody's Asked Shawn, I just want to talk about the evolution of this show, the future of Nobody Asked Shawn. Last week I was talking about like wanting to change the format of the show a little bit, and basically what that came from is I was looking through a bunch of old episodes, and one of the revelations I had was, my nigga, I talk about Kanye West too fucking much. And like, I don't want to talk about Kanye West ever, but that motherfucker's entertaining, right? And that allows me to talk about some shit and meet the audience, all 15 of you at your where you're at. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all niggas all know about Kanye West. Y'all don't all know about the shit I want to talk about. Y'all niggas don't have a fucking ongoing text thread with one of your best friends about the meaning of a certain scene at the end of the French Dispatch. Like, you don't have that going on, and you're not interested in that, and that's totally fine. You know what I'm saying? So I want to meet y'all niggas at your level, but it's also like, I don't give a fuck about celebrities and current event shit. Like, but it's like, I have some good takes on some of the shit. I got some funny shit. So what I want to do evolving the show going forward is I almost want to take, like, I almost kind of want to steal like last week tonight's format, was like, kind of just want to do like a long form thing. I've done that in a couple episodes where, like, I'd rather just talk about a couple topics in depth than talk about a bunch of current event shit. And like, I will talk about current event shit a little bit, but use it as more of a jumping off point. Like if Jamie Foxx is in the news, I don't want to talk about what Jamie Foxx is doing. I want to use Jamie Foxx being in the news as a way to talk about Jamie Foxx's hairline, and then going into a conversation about other bad celebrity hairlines. You know what I mean? The cool thing I want to do too is I want to have like correspondence. I want to have guests on the show, you know what I mean, where I can talk to niggas about topics, you know what I mean, like expand what the show could be and not just be like so limited to just me, because like I want to have something to bounce off of, you know what I'm saying? So let me know if y'all think that's a good idea, if you're interested in that. If you're not, I can just keep talking about Kanye West. This nigga's not gonna stop. As long as Pete Davidson is out there fucking Kim Kardashian, there will be a Kanye West out there to be mad about it. Also, my nigga Spicky hit my line. You say he's gonna give me a new background, right? I got $7 for you, B. Where you at? Let me know. I'll pay $7 in cold hard cash. All right, let's do Nobody's Asked Shawn. You know what to do. Send in your questions, blah, blah, blah. Who you think would be a great live action Miles Morales now that Downey Glover is too old? Me, nigga. You know, come on, dog. Tell me I wouldn't be a great Miles Morales. Like maybe I would have to cut the hair, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? But like, I might be a little too old for this shit now too. But because I can play kind of young. Niggas be like, motherfuckers be thinking I'm 17 all the time. When motherfuckers come to my door, like door-to-door salesmen trying to tell me to like buy some knives or like use solar panels, they be like, oh, hey, is your mom home? And I'm like, no, my mom's not off of work yet. I'm not allowed to talk about that kind of thing. They be like, all right, little man, let me know when she gets home. I'm like, I don't like the way you said that, dog. You ain't don't try to fuck my mom, who doesn't even live here. But I have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dog. Even hypothetically, get the fuck out of here. I think I would be a great Miles Morales. But other than that, I mean, I think Shamik Moore, who is now also too old, but who plays the voice of Miles Morales in Spider-Verse would be great. But like a young motherfucker who would like, is there any young niggas out there? Who's a young nigga? Terrio. I feel like Lil Terrio would have been a cool one. What are my thoughts on Joe Rogan? He's the thing about Joe Rogan is I don't think there's anything wrong with there being a Joe Rogan. I just like the thing that sucks is that his platform is so big that like, you know what I mean? Like he just has a lot of influence that a motherfucker like him, I don't want to say he shouldn't have, but like he shouldn't have it. He's a dumb idiot. Somebody had a great tweet. I'm gonna put it here about like what Joe Rogan is. It used to be a time when a motherfucker like Joe Rogan just existed in every city around the world, but like he was just a harmless idiot who like no one took that seriously. Like and like the only people who really like did take him seriously were like high schoolers and freshmen in college, and after that you just kind of like, oh, this nigga just is just a dumbass. Well, he's not a free thinker. He just spends a lot of time on YouTube. When am I gonna start doing TikToks? I was doing some TikToks for a little bit, and I was discouraged. I just keep it a buck. I was doing some shits. I had some videos. I had the Flo Milli joints that I thought was really funny. Niggas was not fucking with it. I had the Super Thug by Noriega joint. It's like, I guess that's not a current thing, but like that was a funny ass video. I got some funny shit, but niggas just wasn't watching them. So it's like, it's just like the thing about TikTok and everything, all that shit is like, it takes a lot of effort to like start building up the fucking fam. I'm trying to hard enough with this podcast and that's failing. I was posting clips from the podcast. I had a clip from this podcast that went viral. It had 58,000 views in less than 2 hours, and then TikTok took it down, and I was just like, fuck this shit. And initially I was like, man, fuck this shit, I ain't trying no more. And then I was like, you know, we're gonna try harder, we're gonna come back harder, we're gonna get even more views. And then I tried my best, and that didn't happen. So I was like, you know what, I don't even post shit on TikTok anymore. Maybe I should do that again. Who am I rooting for on Succession? That is a good question. That is a really good question. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like obviously you kind of not rooting for anyone because they're all bad people, but it's like it's kind of hard not to like for me to not feel empathy for Kendall in a sense that like he's just as bad as all of them, but it's like Kendall feels like he's really struggling with like something real, like, and he sometimes he does a good thing for the wrong reason, but it's still a good thing, but he's also like it's not always good, but it's like I don't know. Kendall feels like the only one who's actually really trying. I guess like Greg, I like, you know what I mean? I'm rooting for Greg to like get out of there. You know what I mean? I'm rooting for all of them to get, like, I feel like Kendall should just like, yo, Kendall, like I feel like all of the kids in Succession should be like, yo, we're fucking filthy fucking rich. Why do we want to be the head of this company? You know what I mean? It's not a compelling show necessarily, but it's like, dog, I don't need to do this. So I'm kind of rooting for everybody to just get from under Logan's thumb. You know what I mean? And I'm always rooting for Shiv because I'm fucking in love with her. Even though she might be the worst character on the show, like moral center wise. Italian Ice versus Ice Cream. I'm giving it to Italian Ice. 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna go with Italian Ice. I just like, it's like, I like the tartness and like the fucking, it's like more refreshing. Something like fruit based is more refreshing to me than like ice cream. You know what I mean? I like ice cream, but it's like, I love ice cream actually, but it's like, I'll take tangy over creamy most of the time. But I love creaminess. And to my black friends out there, I'm not going to pause that. What keeps me going in these trying times? Is anything keeping me going? No, honestly, I just got a lot of shit that I want to do, and I feel like I can do it. And sometimes I'm like discouraged when I'm like, am I capable of doing this shit? Like I have so many projects I want to work on, and I'm working on currently. And it's like that's part of what's keeping me going. Is like these motherfuckers that reach out to me that want to do shit with me, which like reinvigorates me. It's like, oh, motherfuckers think like I'm like someone worth collaborating with. That's exciting. I don't want to let them down. So like I'm really been trying to like focus and stay like. And like learn discipline for the first time in my life to like really accomplish shit. Cause dope shit I can put into the world if I just like buckle down. I've been struggling and failing at it a lot, but like that's what keeps me going mainly. Israel or Palestine? In terms of which one has more letters, I'm gonna have to go with Palestine. 100%. Free Palestine, dog. Who do I have in the best director race this year? I think you gotta have Steven Spielberg in there. I think I would personally put David Lowery in there. I think he did an excellent job on The Green Knight, and I think it should be in a lot of categories. I would put Wes Anderson in there. I would put Jane Campion in there. I know the person who asked this question is not a huge fan of The Power of the Dog, but I thought it was a great movie. Obviously Denis Villeneuve for Dune. He's got to be in there. Yeah, that's probably the list as I could think of it off the top of my head. Does great art require sacrifice? Absolutely. But not necessarily in the way that people think about it in terms of like it's really just like you're gonna have to sacrifice something. It's usually just time, and like social interaction. And talking about all the projects I've been like stuff I want to work on is like I realize like how much effort you have to put into the shit to really make it great. I think the truly great shit is like just like really buckling down and like sacrificing a little bit time with your family, but also not even necessarily that type of shit. Sacrificing a little time with your interests. I mean, you get to watch a little bit less movies, you read a little bit less books, watch a little bit less TV, go out a little less, just so you can spend that time focus on the thing you want to put out into the world. Final question is, when are we running down on Obama for letting them niggas dress like that? Now, this is a question from my good friend about an image he sent me, an image he posted on Instagram of LeBron and KD dressed like this in the club. This had to be somewhere between 2009 2014 for sure, just based on like LeBron's hairline in this picture, and the fits. So this definitely under Obama's administration, and niggas was just like this in the club, and niggas was letting this fly, and it's like, and he was like, it's crazy that motherfuckers let this happen. And I was like, you know what? It is crazy, but who let them do that? The shorties that was in VIP, they was still on them niggas' dicks, right? I'm sure them niggas got laid that night, despite the fact that they was like dressed in these fucking horrendous fits. So they got to be held accountable. They will be tried. I mean, when I'm president, they're gonna be tried. You know what I mean, for war crimes. But I mean, if you really want to think about it, it's an infrastructural problem. This is societal. This is institutional failure. And at the top of all those institutions is the president of the United States. And at the time, it was President Barack Obama, and he let this shit slide on his watch. And we're not gonna let this nigga live. So you will be tried for war crimes. So to the 44th president of the United States, former President Barack Hussein Obama, keep an eye out for niggas, because we coming to speak to you. We're gonna run down on you and we're gonna try you for your crimes, my nigga. So I hope you like Guantanamo Bay, because you can be spending a lot more time there, my nigga. That's as simple as that. That's the segment. That's the episode. Like, subscribe, share, save, all that shit. Appreciate you. Drop a diamond in the motherfucking comments if you made it this far into the video. That's on YouTube, right? But also just go back into my old fucking Instagram post and just drop some motherfucking diamonds, just to let me know that you fuck with a nigga. You know what I mean? I appreciate you. I love you. And as always, Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.